So here's how the new ChatGPT 4.0, this is the code interpreter. So I took some data in an Excel sheet, and once you install the code interpreter, you can just click on the plus sign and upload your data to it. And so here's first question is just give us some descriptive statistics. First row is a header. You don't have to say that, but it saves you the step of it telling you or verifying. What we're looking at is male and females. We're looking at their skin color and if they're being disproportionately arrested. So it kind of pulls this stuff, which the count's interesting. We don't need any of that, or I don't need any of it. We stop here and it says, yes, make it APA 7 descriptive table. So we go through there. Again, it gives standard table here. I don't care about this. I just want the data. So I thought, well, let's try crosstab. Give the crosstab data. This is all right. It wasn't exactly what I wanted. So I was asking to expand, but then when I asked it to expand, we move into this. We're back to the mean and standard deviation, which for what I'm doing here, it doesn't help. So try again, expand the data like a cross tabulation instead. So I'm trying to figure out a way just to get raw data. It's giving me now the averages of the charges. And honestly, I want the charges set up to look at it, but it's not part of the analysis per se. So now we work and I get charges by percentage. Not what we're looking for again. Try again. So all I'm trying to show here is that working with ChatGPT to get you what you want is a lot more difficult than what you think. If we were using SPSS or something like that, we might already be there. So now it breaks it up and we come into the problem that now it's truncating our data. We can ask for it to expand it, but now it's truncating it, which isn't bad, just to get an idea. So we try again. We get new data. And this point, getting pretty close to exactly what I'm looking for. As you're going to see, I'm about to give up and just take the data. Just like that, let's add some columns. And then this just starts coming out weird. So there's actually, what there is, there's two time periods that we're sampling, 0, 1, and 2. We're taking that out. I'm mostly just interested in 0 and 1. 2 wound up being too far away. I knew this was coming, this heat map, which I hate. And so I'm backing up and quitting. So I just get the CSV file. Once I get that CSV file, I can put it in Excel. And to be honest, I get exactly where I need to go right away. It doesn't take me very long. And we're already what do I have here? Intel Evo i7, and it's still taking about half a minute for it to calculate the questions that I'm asking for. But this is nice. It can bring you some pretty nice charts pretty quickly, and nothing wrong with these charts. Here's the distribution. So this is the skin color along here, and this is how many people were arrested in those skin colors. So everything here is true. It's bimodal. We have 2 peaks. So we're getting somewhere that is, I like it. Don't need this. Density plot is nice. It's color shaded. I like it. So it's producing graphs. I don't think I care about this. This is fine. but I'm sticking with this. I like this density plot. So I think we'll use that. And then what else should we do? So it just kind of gives you a bunch of general stuff. Yeah. I mean, we know all of this stuff. It's not helpful. So might be helpful to somebody. It's not helpful, or it's wasting our time. We're kind of back here, trying to get ChatGPT to hone in on what we need. Still trying to hone in. It's on the edge here of what I'm looking for, but it's not 100%. I want it to really, I'm trying to stick with a linear spline regression. It's kind of hard to herd ChatGPT into my line of thought here. It tends to go off on a tangent if you're not very specific. Like when we get up here, we do this visualization, which is nice, but it went to a polynomial, and it'd be interesting. I've already done this. I'm just seeing what ChatGPT does. It'd be interesting, kind of how it's going by it, because it's getting a fairly low R squared in the polynomial, and then in the linear spline regression, these numbers are pretty low. We're getting back on track. It's interesting though. It gives the formula here, which is nice for the spline regression. It's not the way I wrote out mine, but and then here's where I made a mistake. I just said show a linear regression model, which, as you can see from the data before, it's that would be worthless. So I ask again, linear spline regression. We go back to our linear spline model, which is not how I would write it out, and kind of see where we are. We can continue, but I guess the big questions is I'm wondering how it's calculating this model based on what it's saying. I'm guessing it's using some level of Python. It's interesting to watch it. Like when you do this and you watch it pop up, it definitely, because of the way it works, you see the code. It's writing code into something. I'm going to go ahead and guess R or Python. I think back up here it said somewhere about how to use R to get this. But anyways, I think the most important thing is it's fascinating. I think I'd have to pull a little more out to believe some of this stuff really. And you really have to stay on track with making sure you're very specific about what you need.